Hi, I'm Kalpana Galapatti. I welcome all of you to Software Project Management Lesson 3. Project Management and Information Technology Context Part 2. Can you remember what we discussed last week? Last week we discussed this lesson Part 1. During our last week lesson, we learned project managers need to take a systems approach when working on projects. Organizations have 4 different frames: structural, human resources, political, and symbolic. The structure and culture of an organization have strong implication for project managers. Okay, now we will move to the today's session. First, we will see the learning outcomes of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the concepts of a project phases and the project life cycle and distinguish between project development and product development. Discuss the unique attributes and diverse nature of IT projects. Describe recent trends affecting IT project management, including globalization, outsourcing, virtual teams, and agile project management. First, we will briefly describe project phases and the project life cycle. This topic you learn deeply in your second semester Object-Oriented System Analysis and Design module. Can you recall what is a project life cycle? The project life cycle, which is a collection of phases, those phases will define what will be performed at each phase and that deliverables. The results, the outcomes that will be produced at each phase, at what time and what will be delivered. In addition, it will show us who's involved in each phase. It will show the control and approval process for upper management in each phase. How much they are involved, how they are involved, and how can we make it flawless in the approval process and control from the upper management. What will be the estimated time to complete that project, and of course what will be cost associated accomplish each phase. So those phases will have one or more deliverables, and when we say deliverable means a product or a service that will be produced or provided as a part of the project by the end of the project itself or by the end of each phase, that will be based on the type of project that we are dealing with. Next we will see more on project phases. Are you ready? In early phases of the project life cycle, the resources need to be identified. So, first we need to identify the resources needed. Then we need to identify the level of uncertainty. Then we need to identify the project stakeholders. And at that point, since it's an initial state or the early phase, they will have the greatest opportunity to influence the project and give their feedback at that point in the middle phase of the project life cycle. The certainty of the complete the project improves because now we have additional informations, so we know more about the project. We are certain about many things, and based on that we will have better execution for project process. At that point also we will know if more resources will be needed or not. In the final phase of the project life cycle, it will focus on ensuring that project requirements were met and the sponsor approve or the client will approve the completion of project. After delivering all the deliverable to client over the spots. Next, we will see the project life cycle. This diagram shows the phases of traditional project life cycle and deliverables of each phase. Project life cycle phases are the initiation, planning, execution and project closure as shown in the figure. The project life cycle is associated with monitoring and controlling process which spread across all other phases. Although these phases are completed sequentially, they might overlap in some project situations. For example, the case of change in the project scope during the execution and has to be developed to address that change. Actually, we can claim that the execution starts from the time you start the initiation. Let's move to the product life cycles. Many software solutions have been developed to organize and integrate the different phases of a product's life cycle. The system's development life cycle is a framework for describing the phases involved in developing and maintaining information systems. Systems development projects can follow either predictive life cycles or adaptive life cycles. Then we will see the highlights of these two. First, for the predictive life cycle, the scope of the project can be clearly articulated and the schedule and cost can be predicted. So we know exactly what's going on. That's why we have a predictive life cycle. That's why we have a predictive life cycle. For the adaptive software development life cycle, requirements cannot be clearly expressed. Projects are mission driven and component based. It will be using time-based cycles to meet target dates and it will be released to the client or to the sponsor for feedback and different iterations of design and development. Next, we will get briefly discuss about predictive life cycle models. The predictive life cycle models such as waterfall model, which is also was explained in the second semester lectures, which will define linear stages of system development and support. The spiral model, which shows the software that's developed using an iterative or spiral approach rather than the linear approach. Incremental build model, which is provided for progressive development for operational software. The prototyping model, which is used for developing prototypes to clarify user requirements. The rapid application development model, which is used to produce system quickly without sacrificing quality. This slide shows diagram of waterfall and spiral life cycle models. You already studied these models in details in your second semester. So I am not going to discuss again here. Agile software development. Agile software development has become popular to describe new approaches that focus on close collaboration between programming team and business experts. This topic also you learned previously. See the last section of chapter 2 and chapter 3 in reference book for the more information on Agile. I hope to upload few additional references also for Agile software development to your LMS. I hope to discuss more about the Agile software development later section of this lesson. Next we will see the importance of software phases and management reviews. Included in the project, what's called the management reviews or phase exist. These reviews who care after each phase to evaluate the project's progress, likely success and continue compatibility with the organization goals. A project should successfully pass through each of the project phases in order to continue to the next. What went right? A good IT project manager need to know when to stop if he or she recognizes that the project is going to fail. It's wrong to insist or pursuing project activities while we know that the project will not succeed. With the new technology, we should be able to stop before we hit budget or go over budget or have a schedule overrun. The context of IT projects. IT projects can be very diverse in terms of size, complexity, product, produced, application area and resource requirements. IT project teams or team members often have diverse backgrounds and skill set that will assist them in implementing the different IT projects from networking to software development to design to database to website development. In all other applications on, we have many skills that should be written in the team to assist in implementing or executing a project. The IT project used diverse technologies that change rapidly. So, most likely, if you are using a technology, it will change in 6 months or a year and it can be obsolete. So far that we have to be careful when using technology in certain area, and there are people that will be working in that area should be highly specialized to know how to deal with these issues. Next we will discuss recent trends affecting IT project management. Recent trends such as increased globalization, outsourcing, virtual teams and agile project management are creating additional challenges and opportunities for IT project managers and their teams. What is outsourcing mean? You know that. It is a common these days. Outsourcing is when an organization acquires goods and or sources from an outside source. Later on, we will discuss more details separately. Next, see what is virtual teams. A virtual team is a group of individuals who work across time and space using communication technologies. Here we are going to discuss important issues related to globalization and suggestions. It is important for project managers to address several key issues when working on global projects. First one, communications. Because people work in different time zones, speak different languages, have different cultural backgrounds, and celebrate different holidays, have different cultural backgrounds, it is important to address how people will communicate in an efficient and timely manner. A communication management plan is vital. No worries, we hope to study communication management in later. Second one, trust. Trust is an important issue for all teams. Without proper trust, we cannot work together. Especially when they are global teams, it is important to start building trust immediately by recognizing and respecting others' differences and the values they added to the project. Common work practice is important to align work processes and develop a modus operandi with which everyone agrees and is comfortable. Project managers must allow time for the team to develop these common work practices. Using special tools such as described next can facilitate this process. Fourth one, tools. IT plays vital role in globalization, especially in enhancing communications and work practices. Many people use free tools such as Skype, Google Docs, or social media to communicate. Many project management software tools including their own communications and collaboration features in an integrated package. Next, we will see the solution for these issues. Employ greater project discipline for global project is solution for communication issue. Otherwise, weakness within the traditional project discipline may be amplified by geographical differences. Think globally but act locally to align and integrate stakeholders at all project level is good solution for trust issues. Consider collaboration over standardized to help balance the goals and project approach. Keep momentum going for projects which will typically have a long duration is fair solution for common work practice issue. Consider the use of newer, perhaps more innovative tools and technology are solutions for tools issue. This slide shows about outsourcing. Organizations remain competitive by using outsourcing to their advantage, such as finding ways to reduce cost. Their next challenge is to make strategic IT investment with outsourcing by improving their enterprise architecture to ensure that IT infrastructure and business process are integrated and standardized. Project managers should become more familiar with negotiating contracts and other outsourcing issues. Here gives some well-known example for disadvantages of outsourcing. Next, we will see the advantages of virtual teams. Increasing competitiveness and responsiveness by having a team of workers available 24 hours per 7 days. Lowering cost because many virtual workers do not require office space or support beyond their home offices. Providing more expertise and flexibility by having team members from across the globe working any time of day or night. Increasing the work or life balance for team members by eliminating fixed office hours and the need to travel to work. Next, see disadvantages of virtual teams. Isolating team members, increasing the potential for communication problems, reducing the ability for team members to network and transfer information informally. The one is increasing the dependence on technology to accomplish work. See text for a list of factors that help virtual teams success, including team process, trust relationships, relationship style, and team member selection. Next, we will move to the Agile project management. Agile means being able to move quickly and easily, but some people feel that project management, as they have seen it used, does not allow people to work quickly or easily. Early software development projects often used a waterfall approach, as defined earlier in this chapter. As technology and business become more complex, the approach was often difficult to use because requirements were unknown or continuously changing. Agile today means using a method based on iterative and incremental development, in which requirements and solutions evolve through collaboration. This study shows Agile makes sense for some projects but not for all. Please study this. Read about this one. Manifesto for Agile software development. In the business world, the term Agile was first applied to software development projects. In February 2001, a group of 17 people that called itself the Agile Alliance developed and agreed on the manifesto for Agile software development as follows. We are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Through this work, we have come to value. Values are individuals and interactions over process and tools. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Responding to change over the following a plan. The person or organization that implement Agile is responsible for interpreting and applying the preceding values. Some people associate Agile with specific techniques such as Scrum. Next, move to the Scrum. According to the Scrum Alliance, Scrum is the leading Agile development method for completing projects with a complex, innovative scope of work. The Scrum framework is illustrated in this slide. Here you can see product owner, Scrum Master and team are the roles in Scrum. Product owner is client's representative. He defines features of product, decide release date and content, prioritize features according to market value, be responsible for the profitable of product, accept or reject work items. Scrum Master, coach for Scrum team, enacting Scrum value, ensure teams productivity, build winning team, apply agile principles and make system effective. Next we will see Scrum activities. Scrum activities are sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, sprint retrospective, product backlog refinement. A product owner creates a prioritized wish list called a product backlog. Here you can see product backlog. During sprint planning, the team pulls a small chunk from the top of that wish list, a sprint backlog, and decides how to implement these pieces. The team has a certain amount of time, a sprint, to complete its work, usually 2 to 4 weeks, but meets each day to assess its progress. Along the day, the Scrum Master keeps the team focused on its goal. Okay, now we reach to the end of today's lesson. Can you recall what we discussed today? We learned project phases and the project life cycle. Then we discussed product life cycle. Then the importance of project phases and management reviews. Discuss the unique attributes and diverse nature of IT projects. Then we learn project should successfully pass through each phase of the project life cycle. Project managers need to consider several factors due to the unique context of information technology projects. Next we learned recent trends affecting IT project management, including globalization, outsourcing, virtual team and agile project management. Do you have any questions related to today's session? Please post those on discussion forum. Next we will meet on lesson 4. Have a good day. Thank you.